So to get started, we're going to be using some scraps of craft metal, and these are the Add a Little Dazzle craft metal sheets, and as you can see, they're colored on one side and they're silver on the other. So I keep all of my scraps in here because they make perfect little additions to any project, and you can use them in a bunch of different ways. So for this particular project, we're going to be making flowers using the Petite Petals punch from Stampin' Up. So the first thing I'm going to do is just punch out 3 of each of the colors. This is Perfect Peacock, and then this is Scarlet Red. So again, 3 of each of these. Now I'm only going to show you how to make one of these on camera, and you'll get the general idea. So they're very simple. Craft metal is very easy to use. It's just like paper. So the first thing I'm going to do is just use a plain scissor to cut one of the petals off of one of my flowers. The next thing I'm going to do is touch the back of the petal to a glue dot, and then I'm going to pull the petals over so that this petal overlaps this petal, and then it's going to stick. And then I'm going to just take my fingers and bend those petals outward. I'm going to turn it over, and I'm going to take the little point of the cone shape back here and just snip that off. And I'm not using any special tools to do this. It's just a regular scissor. For this next petal, I'm going to use a bone folder, and I'm just going to hold the center of it, and I'm going to kind of push the petals toward the center and then just bend the edges outward. And I'm going to do that to all 5 of the petals on this flower. Once I have that done, I'm going to use the edge of my scissor to pick up a glue dot, and I'm going to put a glue dot in the center of my flower, and then I'm going to take this small piece and I'm going to push that down there. Now be careful, you don't want to get too many ridges in your metal, so you want to be careful not to squash it. So I'm going to do the same thing and lay this over. Now the middle here looks a little funky. I mean, it's a very cute flower, but what I want to do is I want to cover up that metal. So I'm going to take one of my rhinestone basic jewels, and I'm actually taking the largest of my rhinestone basic jewels, and I'm just going to pick that up, and I'm going to lay it into the center there, and then I'm going to take the corner of my scissor and I'm going to push it down until it is flat. So as you can see, it wants to go in the groove there. You don't want that to happen. You want to just play with it until you can get it flat into that piece. And once you can, you just kind of shimmy it down and push. And it has the adhesive on the back of it. So that's going to give you your flower. If you'd like to, you can come in afterwards and just fool around with these petals until they look the way you want them to. Once I've done a few of my flowers, what I need is some leaves. So I'm going to take the Bird Builder punch. This is also Stampin' Up. And I want this little leaf here. So I'm going to just shimmy that into my metal until I have those leaves, and then I'm going to punch. Now, as you can see, they curl up. Very simple. I'm just going to pull them with my fingers to flatten them out. So if you have any questions for me, I'm Kathy at StampsAndScrapbooks.com.